what we deserve today, because the amount of chances we've created today was like Tuesday, I think, again in Forest, a lot again, and we were close to again go off without a win, and that combined with the late winner was where we mostly happy about, and because it was a significant game.
I thought we did a lot of things right. I think we defended very well when we had to. I don't think, of course, we gave some opportunities away, but not too big. I think we handled the difficult situations very well. We know when a little bit of open space they are dangerous, and had to do well those situations, which I thought we did. Yeah, it's a little bit tough to take, but I'm pleased with the performance.
Darwin, I think since the day he came in, he brings a lot of energy, and obviously as a striker you are judged by your goals. When you don't score, I think for him is maybe even tougher than ever, and he's working hard and he's learning, and today he had a massive part to the victory, and I think it was well deserved.
He's always having a lot of impact when he comes in, because he brings a lot of energy and power, and most of our games, not all of them but most of them, or especially last half hour, we completely dominate in and around the 18-yard box, and that's where he's at his best. To have someone like Darwin who can score a goal is nice to have on the bench.
For me, this is the best team in the Premier League right now, best team in the world right now, and I think they're a huge favourite to win it. I know they need to play down, and in football you never know, so they need to take it game by game, but right now they are.
Well, it took them a while, knocking at the door, and eventually it opened.
Yeah, and it was dramatic, and I enjoyed it. They played like a team, Gary, with a point to prove. They were relentless in their energy, their quality. I think if people were thinking about Liverpool maybe having a blip, it was put to bed today. They've had some results recently where people have questioned them. They've not finished teams off, looked a bit vulnerable in certain games. But today, from minute one, the relentlessness of them. I mean, this is Simicast, the left-back, trying to get in behind early. But it's not just committing men forward, it's the quality. McAllister, I think he's been brilliant in recent months, leading the team midfield, and they put Brentford on the back foot. They actually risk losing games to win them so often. Look how many men they've got forward. Great options for Szoboszlai ahead of him. He's come back into the team, added some energy and some zest and some tenacity. Counter-attacks, always one of Liverpool's strengths. Salah, who's had a few games now without a goal, unlike him, great pass. You expect Gakpo to do better. They also had good rotation in forward areas as well. There was lots of variation. This is the second half where I think they upped it another gear. 5 against 3. That's Trent in the middle of that 5, by the way, trying to get forward and win the game. And they just wore Brentford out. They just kept at them again and again and again. Should play Diaz in here. Makes the wrong decision. If any criticism of Liverpool today, they should have done better in the positions they got. Finishing, well, decision-making as well as the finishing, Gary. Look, this is how high the back four is. Now, Brentford did cause them some problems on the counter, but you've got to make risky passes. You've got to try and get it in there. Little intricate passes, and Diaz again unlucky. Keeper play as well. Then we'll talk about strength in depth that maybe other teams don't have. Liverpool have it in abundance. It was Jota at Forest. Nunez should do better there. It's a poor finish, but he stays in the area where you want a striker to be, which encourages more crosses. And the other substitutions work well as well. But this again, it's poor finishing. Games, you shouldn't be leaving it to 90 minutes. You can't do that every week. These are the other players I'm talking about. Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones was on the pitch. And this is the goal. Get a bit of luck there, deservedly so, when you're constantly in the opposition box. And that could do Darwin Nunez the world of good moving forward as the season progresses, because we're going to need everyone. They weren't happy with the one. You'd think they might drop off and protect. No, not this Liverpool side. Here's the 4 subs. Chiesa came off the bench as well, which is good to see. Harvey Elliott makes the right choice. And because his confidence up, he smashes in the second. And I think it's great to see his teammates celebrating with him. When you're going through a bad spell, not that you went through one as a striker, Gary, but, I think it's great that the lads come up to him, give him a hug and make him feel part of it.
I'm going through one now. Will you give me a hug?
Let's wait till after the show.
Thomas Frank said they're the best team in the world right now. Now, obviously, people will say, well, you've got to win a title first and you've got to win probably the Champions League. But at this present moment in time, he's probably right.
I agree with him. Yeah. Right now, I think that what Danny said, the strength of the squad, I think they've got the strongest squad at the minute. They're unbeaten away. I do think they're going to win the league, and then I think they've got their sights on the Champions League. And if they do that, then we can say they're the best team in the world right now, yeah.
Yep, they're taking some stopping, that's for sure. So over to Arsenal, who hadn't lost at the Emirates in the league since April. That defeat came against today's opponents, Aston Villa, and ended up costing.
Is Darwin Núñez to the rescue for Liverpool? What a performance as far as he's concerned. I mean, it looked like Liverpool for so long were destined for their third straight Premier League draw. And then on the 91st and then 93rd minute, Arne Slot is celebrating what is a huge win in terms of the title race.
A finish, how good does that feel?
Very good, very good. Obviously, I think a well-deserved victory. Clean sheet, tough place to come, and on to the next.
I know it's only January, but does that still feel like a big, significant result?
Every win is a big result, especially when the teams around us are very strong. They obviously strengthen themselves as well, probably. So we have to stay consistent, win games, and perform well.
Tell us about the goal scorer, Darwin. How pleased are you for him? How much does he deserve moments like this?
Well, you have to earn these things, and I think obviously as a striker you get judged on goals, and especially at a club like Liverpool, and obviously today he put his mark on the game with the 2 goals, and very important. So that's what we need. We need everyone at their best, contributing to good success, and today it was his day.
You say you need everyone at their best. Were you at your best for that first 90 minutes of this game as a team?
I think so, yeah. Don't you think so?
37 shots and, just needed injury time to get over the line.
Well, if you are very analysed well, then obviously Brentford away is a very difficult place to come. They have a very clear structure. Obviously, you try to break a low block down at times, and if you lose the ball, sometimes you can get a counter-attack around you, and you have to defend that in the best way possible, and I think we did. Obviously, they created some moments, some danger moments. I think they created those kind of moments against any team in the league. But we handled it well. We created many moments as well, and could have scored more. But we take the 2-0 and move on.
You've won titles before. This time of year, you don't win titles. Is it all about sort of getting through, scrapping your way through, finding a way always?
No, it's trying to play your best football ever, every game. You try to perform in the best way possible, and every game I think is a very difficult game. There is no walk in the park, if people want to say that, because every game teams are very good, and they want to play their best game against us as well, like always. Like we want to play the best game against the opponents, and every game will be a difficult one. And I think if nobody is ready for a bumpy ride, then this season will definitely be one, and hopefully we'll be consistent in winning games and enjoy ourselves as well. Because if you don't enjoy the ride, then it's a difficult score. Sorry.
Looks like you enjoyed it today. Very well played.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Virgil.
Cheers.
For all the mayhem and the celebrations on the pitch, off it with Virgil, very calm.
He was excellent again today. He defends really well. He's very clever, isn't it? He very rarely goes to ground. He ushers the forwards, wherever they are, away from the goal, shutting angles down, and then trusting his goalkeeper. So there were moments where Brentford attacked, counter-attacked, and got chances, but you didn't feel as if they were ever in any danger, Liverpool. I always felt it was just a matter of time. And listen, they were a little bit fortunate in the end because the goals come so late. But when you've got fresh legs like a Harvey Elliott, like a Curtis Jones, a Núñez, a Andy Robertson come on, a Chiesa, they just overpower you. They just wear you down in the end. And it was, I thought it was well deserved, even though people will speak about, how the goals came eventually and how late they were. But Liverpool were by far the better team.
So the headlines in the end will go to Darwin Núñez. He came off the bench in the 65th minute. In the 91st, with their 36th shot of the game, it eventually told the pressure then, Alan.
Yeah, Trent was brilliant. I mean, the way his first cross is blocked, but the way he reacts and picks Núñez out is just class. It really is, to have that vision and that ability to find him so soon after not getting the first cross to where he wanted it to go, and the reaction is superb. And it's a magnificent finish. As we said, he missed the header maybe 5 or 10 minutes before that, but he was no way he was missing that one. Exactly what Liverpool needed.
Quick thinking from Trent, wasn't it? With that
Yeah,
second.
he was brilliant, and I hope people give him the credit he deserves, because they were quick to criticise some of his performances, certainly the Manchester United one when the team wasn't great. But since then, his response has been excellent. Brilliant against Tottenham when he's played, excellent against Accrington Stanley when he scored the goal. Brilliant again this evening. And it's important that the Liverpool players step up. Mo Salah hasn't been at his best this last, 3, 4, 5 games. But it doesn't matter today because it's glossed over, because another centre-forward comes on and gets his goals. So when someone's struggling, like a Diaz or like a Salah, not in their best moments, at this moment in time, you've got a Jota, you've got a Nunez, you've got a Gakpo, you've got a Trent, who then they lift their games.
Chiesa as well coming on.
Chiesa coming on, fresh legs, wants to attack, wants to run forward. And they ran forward a lot of substitutions. So when you run forward past the defenders of the Brentford team, they end up start dropping deep and deep and deep, and that just creates a little bit more space. So I thought they were excellent. They all played the part, particularly for the second goal. I know they countered, but even then, Curtis Jones makes a really good run forward, and it just causes chaos. You know, this is Mo into Chiesa
involved here.
Chiesa into Elliott. All the subs. Look at Curtis Jones' run. He takes another defender away, opens the pitch up. I mean, it should be fairly easy for someone of Darwin Núñez's standards. I'll tell you, the centre-forward, that's an easy finish for him. But still, it's Liverpool busting a gut to get forwards and get numbers and get overlaps, and they get the rewards.
You smell blood now, don't they? They got the first goal and they hit them on their counter-attack. Brentford have to commit men forward, which leaves them empty at the back, and the way Liverpool sprinted forward and the numbers that they got forward, and that's a really clever finish. He's full of confidence now with the first one. Head down, hit as hard as you can, and keeper's got no chance. Game over, 3 points.
Yeah. It's always eventful, though, isn't it, when Darwin Núñez is involved? Now, you may have noted he got a yellow carded, actually, after his first goal. He took his shirt off as part of that celebration. And knowing that, we see this where he catches Nathan Collins a little late. Is he a bit lucky not to have got a second yellow?
Well, of course he is. You know, it's 93, 94 minutes. He's scored 2. He's got a yellow card. Why is he even thinking about diving into that challenge? But this is the package that is Darwin Núñez. Unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever way you take it, he does mad things like that. You knew when he come on today after 65 minutes, he would get a yellow card today. Yeah. It's just part of his nature. He can't stop diving into challenges. He can't stop looking at players and wanting to be physical, like when he came on against Manchester United. Yeah. That's just, you have to take it or leave it with him. He misses chances, he scores chances, he gets yellow cards, he batters people. It's just the way he is. He's a full-blooded South American who's still, you can't say he's still learning, because he's been at Liverpool now nigh on 3 years, but he has to temper that anger in the right way.
Was he fortunate, Alan?
Yeah, I think he was fortunate, yeah. I mean, there was so many challenges I've seen like that being given a yellow card. So with him on one yellow card already, he was slightly fortunate, absolutely, yeah.
OK, let's go to the 2 other games that have also come to a conclusion in the Premier League. There's a London derby in East London, West Ham against Crystal Palace.
Business once more on the back of that very important equaliser, 1-1. So deflection, and it will be a throw-in. Well, what can they do to stop him running at them? Romeo Lavia. And there it is, the half-time whistle. So the beginning of the second half here at Stamford Bridge. Possession 1. Mudryk. Being egged on by the crowd. And a goal to re-establish their advantage. Just look at the celebrations. Palmer. Business once more on the back of that very important equaliser. 1-1. So deflection, and it will be a throw-in. Well, what can they do to stop him running at them? Romeo Lavia. And there it is, the half-time whistle. So the beginning of the second half here at Stamford Bridge. Possession one. Mudryk. Being egged on by the crowd. And a goal to re-establish their advantage. Just look at the celebrations. Palmer.